Hey guys, it's coreross and welcome to 6 News. Today we have an update to the top issues and community concerns from Ubisoft. This is very interesting because it actually goes over DDoSing and some other issues that are currently in the game and projected timeframes for when these things should be fixed. So there'll be a link in the description below to this entire article if you want to read the entire thing, but I'm going to go over just the new additions that have been added in with this update. So let's start with connectivity. So this is the first actual response we've got from Ubisoft when it comes to the DDoSing issue. Normally when it does take them a long time to answer a question about something, usually means they're investigating, and apparently they have. Now they've been saying that the DDoS is not actually DDoSing and is something to do with the servers. Now, I guess the issue is how much of it is DDoSing and how much of it is a server issue. Have these things just happened to kind of collide at the same time? And how much of it I actually believe from this response, because I know that when these issues happen, people get disconnected from the games, they don't get penalized, and they don't lose MMR. So it does sound like the server has completely gone out, like it's just off. You know, it hasn't recorded it as a game. You don't lose any progress, but of course if you're going to win that game, then you are going to lose the MMR you would have got from winning. And it does sound like a lot of people get disconnected just as they're about to win and stuff like that. So yeah, it does sound like DDoS attacks, but they're saying that sometimes they are not. I guess it just depends on the ratio. So of course it is good that they respond, and it is good that they're investigating. I just don't know obviously enough of the information. We don't have the kind of server information to go on what could be causing the problem. Like I've done in a previous video, these servers are all run by Microsoft Azure, so they're massive data centers, and anyone DDoSing them is actually attacking a huge data center used for all kinds of cloud computing, not just game servers, although that is part of the business. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. You're going to have to give me your guys' opinion on this big time here, because this is a nice response, but is it enough? Is it enough information? Would you like them to actually, update this again with just some basic ideas of what they think it is? Like, is it just a server going kaput at some point? Has there been a difference in how servers are run previous seasons to now this season? Because of course the DDoSing seems a lot worse this season. So has servers settings been changed in some way? Has maybe Microsoft changed something on their end? Doing something that doesn't work too well for the game servers? But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to get more information on that for sure. But that's just part of the juicy information in this little post. So the next is very interesting. So they've made a change to Yokai's drone, because currently there's a bug where you can actually use the smashed glass on a shield in order to see the drone very easily and shoot it. They've actually now gone to the point of where Echo's drone is now completely invisible. That's not good, and is a huge buff to anyone wanting to play as Echo, but they let us know that this is not going to be the case for potentially much longer, as he's actually going to get a big nerf where his drone will actually be more visible than it previously was in a future update. So sometime in the future, and they don't have a target date for this, but they do say that the balancing team's intent is to make Yokai's drone more easily spotted in a later update. Now of course we will be getting the mid-season balancing patch at some point in the next month or so. So he could be part of that fix, but also it could be something they need a little bit more time on. So it could be that it's coming for the launch of the next season. That would be my two guesses for when we're probably going to get it. I wouldn't expect it any longer than that. Now another thing, which this is a huge issue right now of course, and it has been pretty much since the game came out, which is debris stuck in windows and door barricades. Now I think the main problem here is that it looks different on different clients. Like every client processes the debris differently, so it looks slightly different on every client. Same with bodies and stuff like that too. Now they can't do that server side because it would just simply saturate the server when it's sending out those ticks to every player, which means you might have to bring it down to like 30 tick servers instead of 60 in order to actually send out all the information along with player movements and player weapons fire and all that. So they cannot make it server side. So they're looking to try and fix it, but you will notice the target date, year 5, season 1. So I guess that's kind of cool. It officially kind of makes us know that there's going to be a season 1 of year 5. So that's the only official word we have right now for year 5. Of course, it's pretty much almost certain that we're going to get a year 5 because the game is still doing well. It's actually still continuing to grow at this point. So Rainbow Six is still doing lots of good work for Ubisoft and making them a lot of money, so year 5 is probably a given. But it does mean it's going to take them a long time to fix this debris, and considering this has been an issue since the game came out, and we now have it going all the way up to year 5, I have heard people suggest that we actually just make debris fall through everything so it just doesn't stick to anything at all, just falls right through the map. But you need that debris because you need to know if someone's punched out a window, you need to know if someone's blown through a wall by seeing debris or stuff like that. You need to actually have that information in the game. So it's not something we can really get rid of, but hopefully they will figure out a way of making that debris fall more consistently. So we'll see what they come up with in year 5. Now, another thing is the operator gadget kill switch. Now, I don't think this has actually got anything to do with the kill switch. I think it's just an idea of a UI upgrade that when you're playing or in the main menus or something, it would let you know why something has been disabled. Like if Clash has been disabled, it would say, right, this is why Clash is disabled. I'm guessing if you're in like the operator selection, you go to pick Clash, it would then say Clash is disabled for so-and-so reason. Maybe if you want to try and put like a Claymore on, it would say Claymores are disabled for so-and-so reason. So it kind of gives you an idea, because a lot of people, of course, were just popping to the Reddit and going, why is Clash not available? Why don't I have Claymores? What's this problem? Where is it coming from? So this is just a UI update that will help to improve that. And this is targeted for year 4, season 3. So next season, and hopefully we won't have anything else getting disabled before that point. Another issue that Ubisoft is looking into is operator bans, but this is to do with pick and ban. So of course, pick and ban was added in with Operation Phantom Sight 2 Ranked, and I think everyone has been really surprised by how consistent people will actually ban operators. They just get settled into banning the same operators game after game after game, and not really for a tactical reason, more just because they find those operators as a nuisance. I'm sure up in like high platinum and diamond, maybe banning is actually more tactical, where you actually ban people based on the actual map you're playing and the strategies you're going to be using. Whereas in the other ranks, it just seems to be ban Blitz, Jacko, Echo, Cav, and that's pretty much it. And it's pretty consistent. So they're looking at kind of figuring out how they're going to approach that with the pick and ban. I don't know how they can do it, because yeah, they can maybe balance the operators, make them less annoying to play against, but it sounds more like they'll have to make a modification to pick and ban different from Pro League. That means that if an operator is getting banned too much, maybe eventually you actually will not be able to ban him anymore or something like that. I don't know. It's a curious issue that they have to fix now that pick and ban is in ranked. Anyway, moving on to the next subject. And the last update is shotgun destruction is unreliable. So this comes with the wooden beams between walls. So apparently this is going to be improved to make it better and hopefully more consistent to shoot and make holes that you can move through with your shotgun. And yeah, this is a good thing. I've never really thought of this as a problem, because I just figure shotguns are kind of, it's a random selection of pellets that get sent all over the place. So I wasn't too worried about it. I may have to fire off a few extra rounds, but I would eventually get through. So this will hopefully just make it more consistent. And this is going to come with Year 4 Season 2.3, which is the next patch. And that will probably be the big balancing patch next. So I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully we'll find out more about that pretty damn soon. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think of all these new issues that the developers are now talking about, letting us know, and giving us actual ETAs on some of this stuff, and seeing what the devs are trying to fix and how they're going about trying to fix it all. And some of this stuff apparently takes a very long time to fix. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.